Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Have you slept on this trade yet? Because this might actually turn out to be a little bit better than we were thinking. I know initial reaction is that this we did not get enough for this trade, and I understand why you would feel that way. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. It is what it is. It's happened, and we got to move forward. So today we're going to be talking about life after Quinn Hughes. Our captain is gone. So now what is the plan and what's next for the Vancouver Canucks? So my name is RevTrev. I am the author and creator of Kempner Canucks, and I love making Canucks content that is passionate and realistic and honest. So if you like that kind of content, please hit the like and subscribe. Listen, there's a lot to talk about. One thing about Vancouver is there is nothing but drama and storylines. It is so interesting. It sucks to be a Canucks fan right now, but it's also awesome because there's a lot to talk about. And we moved on from Hughes way sooner than I thought we were going to move on. Now, we need to premise a couple things as we talk about life after Hughes. And we've got a lot to talk about, and there's going to be lots to talk about in the weeks to come. But Quinn Hughes was not going to resign with this club, so you had to move him. So I did not want to move him. You don't move players like this. He is too good. He's too amazing. Listen, I'm going to miss Quinn just like you, okay? But in saying that, he's one player. And just pretend like he's injured or something. Just like pretend like he got a career-ending injury. I don't know. What do you have to do to be able to sleep at night? But the fact is that he's gone. He's gone, and I'm not sure that we can sit here and just say, you know what, it's not the Lindros deal. It's not. We didn't. It's not the Cam Neely deal where we gave him away for nothing. It's not the Bure deal where we didn't get enough in return. Okay, that's not what's happening here. We've got three guys, and two of them especially, that look pretty good. I mean, it solves some of our problems as a team, and we got a lot younger. And Jim Rutherford has said now that we're in a rebuild. Now, what does that mean? I'm just sitting here now. I'm wondering what that means. Okay, but if you've been living under a rock for the last 24 hours or less, actually, Quinn Hughes was traded to the Minnesota Wild for a 2026 first round pick. No, I wish it was first overall. Marco Rossi, Liam Ogren, and Zeev Boyum. And there's so many ways. Some say Boyum, Booyum. So we'll see how the broadcasters say it. Okay, so when we dissect this trade, here's the things. So that first round pick is not great at all. Okay, so this is what the management said. They were not looking for picks, even though I think they were like saying we want a first pick and some players. Because if we're talking about a rebuild right now, we're talking about how can we get this roster and this team going? How can we get them going? Because we need for them to play better, right? We need for them to play better now, not later. And I'm not talking about not tanking. We need to get a top 3 pick. That is life after Hughes, is get a top 3 pick. Now, what if these guys come in and rip it up for us, and then all of a sudden we're better? I mean, that's the gamble. What we could have done is kept Quinn longer and kept losing. Not that Quinn causes us to lose, but I mean, it depends on how they gel with the team. So we're gonna dive into all that in a moment. But this is in the 20s to 30s, early 30s, of course, round pick. I don't think the Minnesota Wild win the Stanley Cup with that roster. I love Kaprizov. You guys have known that. I went to the game a few weeks ago in Minnesota. What a weird stadium. The actual ice rink and inside's fine. The concourse, I was like, this is strange. Like, I felt like I was at a college game or something like that. The fans, it was not the same buzz, obviously, as Canada, but the passion for the Minnesota Wild is pretty cool. That fan base wants to be pumped. Okay, but they have center problems now. That's what they have. And I'm like, good luck. Quinn, you went from one team that had bad center problems to this one. That is absolutely insane. I feel bad for Quinn. But, yeah. So let's talk about Ogren, Boyum, and Rossi. Let's talk about these guys. Okay, now, there is a lot of upside with, obviously, with Rossi. Let's just talk about the I would say, the main piece. But a lot of people say that Boyum is the main piece to this deal. And he might be. But if we look at this, okay, so Rossi ends up, like, the Canucks absolutely love Marco Rossi. They tried to trade for him in the summer already. It got rejected. That was the 15th overall pick, Shilovs and Ratu, and they could have got Rossi. That hindsight 2020, you should have pulled the trigger. Okay, let's just talk about that. I didn't think so last week, but after watching what that's transpired, I think that kind of is a good option. Okay. So Rossi becomes our second line center. Okay. Now I want to show you, because they've already posted this in, should I show you right now? Let's talk about the players. Okay. So Rossi already, as a young player, has gotten 60 points, and he played on the fourth line and third line. Then he gets the contract deal, which I guess I should bring up. I was trying to buy Boyum Young Guns this week, last night, but I was trying to see how much they were going to go for. Okay, so what did I just say I was going to do? Oh yeah, I want to do Rossi's stats. Oh, no. I want to do Puckpedia. Okay. I guess it's Vancouver now, right? So, I thought he was making $6 million. He's only making $5 million, everyone. That is huge. And Boyum is on a entry-level contract. And so is, what's his name? Ogren. So like that is amazing. Like, we now have cap space, which is good news. I mean, that's a positive life after that. So Rossi comes as the second line center that we obviously desperately need. Okay. Desperately need. Young guy is going to set up this team well. Now, the only knock, again, and we're going to talk about this about all three, is that his size. Like, it's like, can you win cups with a small Elias Pettersson and a Marco Rossi? That is the big question. Okay, so if you look at Boyum, okay, there is something that I want to show you. This was surprising to me. Okay, look at this. If you watch his USA Team USA highlights, he was the youngest player on the team. And look at this, guys. Points per game. Okay, look at this list. 2024 for NCAA defenseman, points per game. Now, he was on a loaded team, so let's just give him a little bit of credit here. But we're talking, he was above Quinn Hughes. He was above Quinn Hughes. So is he going to be better than Quinn Hughes? I don't know. I actually, I'm just going to say no. But if he surprises me, great. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. But this kid is going to be better than you think. And the only thing that I would encourage you to do is don't compare him to Hughes. Don't think, how come his edge work is not as good as Hughes? There's only one Quinn Hughes, okay? But they did compare him to Makar. Now, I think that was in his prospect ranking. They did compare him to Makar. I mean, if there's anything sitting there and you're going, if he gets anywhere close to that, this is a major win of a trade. But if he doesn't, and I who knows, I feel like I'm kind of a little over the place. I'm going to calm down here. Okay, I'm very excited about this, just because it's just interesting to me. The goal and the plan is to have him as our number one defensive pairing on the left-hand side. That is the goal. That's the plan. He can play power play. He's a great skater. And I watched his draft prospects video, and they said his hockey IQ is off the charts. And they said in his draft year, he probably had the best hockey IQ. Isn't that crazy to think about? That is interesting. Now, it's hard to lose Quinn Hughes, who's a Norris Trophy winner, top 2 defenseman in the NHL. I get it. But it very realistically, my brothers and I have been texting and messaging back and forth. My one brother said, my thoughts on the 2024 NHL draft is if they redrafted right now, it would go Celebrini number 1. I don't know how you say that. The Chicago one, Nova. Seneca would be number 3 in Anaheim. Columbus would have got Demidov, and Boyum would have went to Montreal. Boyum. I'm going to say Boyum. So that's positive. That's positive. I mean, guys, if he's going to walk, you've got to get something. And I think why fans are upset is they wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted the Lindros trade. I know that's just ridiculous to think about. I mean, obviously, as Canuck fans, we want it. So let's just talk here, okay? Boyum, he does look great. He was the 12th overall pick, okay? Upside wise, he's probably the best part of this trade. Now he's 6 foot, 185 pounds, 20 years old. He won World Juniors and the NCAA, and he is an offensive weapon, intelligent. Okay, this is what the draft scouts said. Scans ahead of each retrieval, plans his escape route in advance of collecting. Let me just move this over so I'm kind of looking on the screen a little better. In advance of collecting the puck, make sure to draw in at least one forward checker and then beats them with near comical ease. Keen at clean breakout and activating into the rush. He is intelligent, deceptive, skilled, even creative in a part of the game where being efficient would suffice. His parents were Israeli immigrants. His mother was a pro basketball player in Israel and then transitioned to a GM. So general, I don't know. So he was raised in the American hockey system, and he's got potential to be a stud, right? So he's going to play. They're going to give him opportunity. Like this is good. Okay. Ogren, I think the interesting thing about him, and let's go back. Let's go over here. Ogren is interesting because he played with Lecker-Mackey, I believe, at the World Juniors. So there's chemistry there, which could be exciting. Like, let's just not forget that right now. I'm excited to see what these guys can do. We'll see. So I know people are mad and upset, but let's just wait until we see them on the ice, people. Now, the biggest one is this. More international players are the Canucks the softest and smallest team in the NHL. This is a legitimate question we need to ask ourselves. We need to get size and strength and veteran presence to surround the young kids, right? Which we do have some of that, right? Man, I feel like I've talked for 15 minutes straight without a breath. Okay, so this is the biggest concern. And if we go here and look at Oh, wait a minute. Before we go here, I want to show you this one. This is the thing I have to believe about this trade, okay? I have to believe that this is the best deal offered, okay? I wanted the Detroit deal. Many people wanted the New Jersey deal. Apparently, New Jersey had a strong offer, but not as good as this. If he didn't land in New Jersey, then management tried to get the most for Hughes that they could, and that's exactly what they felt like they accomplished. That this was the best deal that they could get. And so if you're mad, it's because the other owners did not want to do a rental deal for a year and a half. They wanted to make sure. Why would you give up the future so he would walk in a year and a half? That's a potential, right? That's definitely a potential. So, sorry. So that is something to think about here. Only New Jersey and Minnesota, in my opinion, would have offered really good deals, and they felt the Minnesota one was better. Okay. Now, back to what I want to show you here. This is what the team looks like now. Here it is. They've already updated the roster because Pettersson is out. Now, Rossi is coming back. Rossi's coming back from an injury. So you see him, he's our top line center to start. Okay. So they got him slated between Brock Besser and Garland. Ogren is with DeBrusque and Sasson. Okay. Kempf is at the second line center position between Sherwood and Kane. That looks like a third line to me. This is how, I mean, the Canucks need help. So that's part of it right there. This is what life after Hughes looks like. Okay. So I got to just check my comments just in case everyone's saying can't hear you or something like that. Okay. But if we go to the defensive pairings, they already have Boyum at the top spot. This is crazy to me. Like, I would think they're going to put like Marcus Pettersson up at the top there, and D. Petey is going to be on the third pairing. But no, this is what they have slotted in. And if you look at the first power play unit, this is life after. They already have Rossi and Boyum there. That is so. I mean, it's going to be interesting to watch. And are they going to play on Sunday morning against the New Jersey Devils? 9 a.m. Pacific time? We're going to find out. So, yeah. So it all depends on what we're going to do. So life after. Now, the biggest question about life after is this one right here. Is what is this rebuild look like? I think that the Canucks fans think that we're going to tear this thing down to the studs, and we're going to find out if they do. But who's getting traded next? That is the biggest question. Now, Thomas Drance off The Athletic, I listened to his interview on Halford and Brough. I think it was Thursday morning. He said, I'm not worried about the Hughes trade. I'm worried about the next trade, because he was referencing he didn't mind that JT Miller got traded. He was mad, like I was, that we traded that first overall pick to Pittsburgh to get Marcus Pettersson. Now, it wasn't just that. We got rid of Desharnais, okay, and Heinen. So we got rid of those contracts, which were both. I mean, why did they go after the defenseman? Like, Edmonton was laughing when we paid him $2 million. So we got rid of those guys too. We had to give up a first-round pick to get Marcus Pettersson, plus get rid of those two contracts. And we got Drew O'Connor, who's honestly, at best, a third-line winger, right? So I didn't like that trade either. But they're like, we need a defenseman. It's hard to find one. We got to give up our first-round pick, which is horrific, right? But life after Hughes means that we're probably tanking for McKenna or Zenberg or Verhoff. Okay, so if we get a top 3 pick, this ends up being really beautiful, everyone. Like, really beautiful. That is that is something that we need to think about. But are we going to tear this down and start? So who's getting traded next? Who's getting traded next? If we go back to the top of this page here, I'm telling you right now, actually, maybe I should bring up Puckpedia just so I can show you. Puckpedia Canucks. Okay. Is this here? You think you can see this? Okay. So if you're looking at this roster, okay, you can't see it. Let's see if I can just take myself out of here. Let's go back to here, and there we go. Okay. So a lot of people say we're going to trade Elias Pettersson. I don't think we are. I think we're stuck with him. We'll see how he does. But do we trade Brock Besser? That's possible. That's possible. I like how my voice tracked that. Possible. Jake DeBrusk could be on the move, but I don't think he's going to go either. It's Evander Kane, I think for sure is going to get traded before the deadline. And in fact, I think he'll be traded by January, February at the latest. Okay. Garland, I think he stays. He's only going to be making $6 million, everyone. Now that we've gotten that second line center, we don't have to trade Garland. Philip Hedl's on IR, so is what it is. Teddy Bluger's on IR. He could be a guy that goes. I love Teddy Bluger. I absolutely love watching him play. I want him to stay. Maybe he wants out, so maybe that's another guy that goes. Kiefer Sherwood, in my opinion, is on the move, like literally on the move. Just be prepared. He's going to be gone. He's going to be gone. And so we're going to have some money to play with. We don't have to re-sign Quinn Hughes now, right? So Rossi's signed for 5 years at 3 years at $5 million. The young guys don't need to be re-signed yet. We don't have to worry about that yet. Okay. We've got some time. So this actually, financially speaking, works out to be a decent deal for us. The problem is Thatcher Demko and Kevin Lankinen make a killing amount of money, and Demko can't stay healthy, and Lankinen hasn't played well this year. So that's where we're at. Maybe Carlson's on the move, but I don't think he's going to be on the move either. Like this is so what does it mean? Like everyone wants to blow this whole thing up, which I get it, but like who do you keep? Who do you say? You have to have competition, right? You have to have competition. You can't have games where we just lose 4-0 to Detroit and we lose to Buffalo, we lose to Calgary. We have to play at a better level. And so but that's where we're at right now. We're going to find out. So what's happening after? So there's so much. So the trade watch was Hughes, Garland, Kane, Sherwood, DeBrusk. Now Hughes is gone. I don't think Garland's going to be gone. So it's going to be Kane, Sherwood, and maybe Bluger and Demko. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I want to get into your comments. I'm really excited that you're here. We're going to dive in. But before we do that, let me just hit the promo and hit the like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you so much. We're at like 9:30 a.m. or 45 a.m. I went on a Saturday morning, have 168 people in here. This is awesome. Okay. Be right back. All right, so Brian was the first person in here this morning. He said we got better at center, with Rossi. Bulliam is only 20, great offensive potential, will be on the power play, okay? Says we traded a 6th-gen fighter for 5th-gen fighters. What? That doesn't make sense. Fighter? I don't even know what you're talking about. Maybe I'm just too old to understand what that means. Good morning, Angelo. We do have the youngest team in the NHL right now. The expectations got to be low. He didn't want to stay. What else was the option? That's a good point. My thoughts on the 2024 NHL draft. Yeah, I actually quoted you this morning on this. I should have looked at the comments. Yeah, this is what it could have been. This is what it could have been. Hindsight 2020. People draft wrong, right? So if you redrafted this, that it still goes there. That's a good point. I really like that point. Mike says, I like the trade overall. Sad to see him go, but we good players. The future looks okay. We got good players. We'll see. Vince says, this Hughes news actually makes me so depressed. I understand. Listen, I've got the jersey as well. Okay. Do I wear this out now? I still think you can. It's just like having a Hendrik Sedin jersey or a Pavel Bure jersey, right? Like Quinn Hughes will always be iconic in this market, but like it sucks to lose him. You know what I mean? It's totally sucks to lose him. So I get that you're upset. Okay. So many people are depressed, but what can you do? I'm committing. Okay. Hope that they don't jump the gun on the C. The next C will be traded soon. The captain. Okay, the captain. I'm going to make another video on this. My official take on who's going to be our next captain, as long as they don't trade him. Okay, I think it's going to be Brock Besser. A lot of you think it's going to be Connor Garland, which would be an excellent candidate as well. The one person I do not want to get to see is Elias Pettersson. I just don't need any more interviews with him. Like I'm telling you, he's just the most boring interview. I mean, he knows hockey. Don't get me wrong. He's a way better player than I will. Like I can't even be as good as him if I played NHL, on whatever console, right? Or computer. So I don't think like Sherwood's not getting it because I think he's getting traded. Okay. We traded the superstar franchise player. Next defenseman will never break Hughes records unless less than. I agree. That's not the expression. Can't compare these two defensemen together. Okay. I know you will try. Folsey says this is the year to tank. They won't admit it, but the time is now. I agree with that 100%. I don't think that's how it is. I've watched different ones. It's Boyum or Booyum. That's how it is, but I could be wrong, okay? Or Booyah. Nancy wants EP40 to go. Vince wants us to tank for McKenna. We have been dead last for a while. It sucks. We're younger. I'm hoping for a better team in the future, but Vince says we need to embrace the tank. Green is in the building. 4 firsts for a guy who's never going to stay. Great return, he says. Like Rossi and Booyum. Loved Quinn, but he did try to do too much on his own, in my opinion. Okay, that's a fair comment. Mike is here and says, how toxic is Petey for the team? If it's Petey's fault, or is it Petey's fault or management's fault? I don't know the answer to that question. It's a decent question to ask. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's over now. But it sucks. I mean, losing Miller, losing Hughes, losing Tocchet. That actually is the biggest part. We're going to talk about the culture. Need a culture change there for sure. But I respect that, to be honest. But Hughes really did carry us. I agree. Hughes was phenomenal. Boyum is already playing 18 minutes a game for a contender at 20 years old. He's younger than Villander. That's great. Hi, Trev. After knowing that management knew that Hughes didn't want to resign here, trading him early made sense. Okay, that's a fair point. Quinn Hughes, I do not think is going to resign Donnie Diamonds with Minnesota. Rumor has he declined to sign and trade with the Wild, and he wants time to think about where he's signing. Woof. That's rough. That's rough. Soul Search is here. I don't know who I would choose as captain. So with that said, I would have 3 A's for the rest of the season and take the summer to assess a captaincy decision. That's a great point. That's great. Mike is in the building. $5 million over 3 years is a steal for a 24-year-old second line center. I agree. Yes, he is a 100% a top pair left-handed shot defenseman. Is he that right now? I think they're going to try to make him that way. So love that Lyndon McLean poster. Yeah, this is not a poster actually. This is a Canva picture. It's literally like, you know what I mean? It's like against the wall, like it comes out like this much. It's so awesome. I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace from a guy here. It was amazing. It's signed by Kirk McLean. I just need to get the signature from Trevor Linden, but I'm not a huge signature guy, so unfortunate circumstances, but it was truly a great haul. I agree. Quinn is off the books. That's right. I mean, listen, not only is it like 7.7 million that we had, he's gonna make like $15 million, everyone. He might even make more than that. Maybe he makes 14, 13, 12, whatever it is. Like that's hard to do when you have Quinn Hughes or Elias Pettersson making that much money too. Quinn would be going from the 32nd place team to the 7th. He definitely would love his new home more. I agree. There's a lot of pressure for a young kid replacing Hughes. I think more trades are incoming. Absolutely. Rossi's on the IR, but he's coming back. Okay. You don't replace a Hughes 1-for-1. You build a better team. That's true. David W's in the building. Even with Quinn Hughes had begun to tank without too much prompting. At a minimum, the Canucks are going to have to, with him, do a major retool. It's rebuilding time. Absolutely. Stewart is in the building. Good to see you. The only issue on Rossi is his size. Now we have 3 5'9" forwards: Höglander, Garland, and Rossi. Oh, that's tough. William, Villander, Mancini, DPD is a pretty good. That is a great point. That is a great point for sure. Phoenix says, I don't like the trade. I love the trade. Okay, Phoenix. Let's go. That's a positive take. I think Boyum will quarterback our first. Yes, that's what they have on Daily Faceoff. I've got an astrology take I just found. Okay. What does that have to do with anything in this? This is what it is here. Steve and Hronek are going to be a good pair based on Chinese sign. Okay. Alrighty. I don't know. I don't believe in that stuff, so I hope it works, you know. Make EP40 captain so we can trade him. This team loves to trade captains. Okay, that's fine. It's I don't know. He had 24 goals, 74 assists in 83 games played for Denver. He's a Makar Hughes type of left-handed shot defenseman for sure. Hope you're right. Oldest player we got back in the trade was 24 plus, an extra first and a deep draft, possibly to move up if needed. Great deal for a 27-year-old who had plans on leaving anyways. I mean, 27 is still young though, right? Like, I mean, he is there. They play Sunday morning against the New Jersey Devils. And this is a good point. Quinn Hughes is small too, everyone. Quinn Hughes is small, but he was super skilled. It's rebuilding time, baby. All big names must go. No bad blood on team rebuild. Okay. Phoenix says, imagine we get the first overall pick this year and next year as well. That would be awesome. 1997 and 2005, 8 years apart, points of a triangle on the big circle. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about all that stuff, man. Steve is a common Israel Jewish name. It's no surprise. Boehm has some Israeli ancestry. Okay. Rossi injured, will be ready next week's. I think he's back this week because he's been skating and he's very close to returning. I mean, if we don't have him back, Team Tank keeps going, right? Rossi's a game time decision for Minnesota's next game, so he's day to day. Let's also be real. Hughes was just true. First domino had to be, now other vets will be moved. Dark Blade. I was a Canucks fan when they came into the league. Yeah, I'm dating myself. My dad was a Toronto fan. He called them the Vancouver Canucks, and yeah, he wasn't wrong. Oh, okay. So since the Vancouver Canucks have entered the league, how many cups do the Toronto Maple Leafs have? I mean, like, you're going to brag on that? I mean, that's disappointing too, isn't it? Let's keep going down. It's another one from him. Every time they put together a good team, they trade them off. It's all rigged. Washington was interesting too. Don't they have Baby Iginla? I think so. Let me just see. Let me go to Washington just real quick because I want to know that answer for myself as well. Where am I? How do I switch teams? Oh, right here. Weird. That was like it got lost. Okay. Iginla. Where is he? I don't think so. I don't see him on their list. I can't remember where he went. I'm just too focused on this trade. Brock is signed for 7. No one will trade for him. I can't, so I can see the C going to him. That's exactly what I think. It's the international players that came in. It's interesting. Every Canadian NHL and PWHL team, as far as I can tell, has at least one player born in the USA. So I know. I'm talking about more like the Swedes. Rossi is from Austria. Okay, like there's that kind of. I'm not talking about the United States of America. Obviously, North American players have that grit. Canucks should secure another first pick for the 2026 draft, continue to trade Sherwood and keep Garland. I think that's what they're going to do. It hurt that Hughes said it was the lack of a practice facility. That sucks. That's how it hurts. You're right. Besser and DeBrusque would be hard to move. Garland and Sherwood wouldn't be, though. Marcus Pettersson sucks, Darren says. Demko is impossible to move. I agree. I thought it was a mistake from the beginning, and people came in like a flood and were so angry at me. Hughes wasn't going to resign, so trading had to be done. Yep, you're right, Mary. And the rest of the teams knew it, considering that it was not a bad trade. Actually, not a bad trade. I agree. 9:30 tomorrow morning is the Detroit game, or is the New Jersey game. Sorry, my bad. New Jersey Canucks, which that's going to be great. They're going to say, well, I wish we got Quinn Hughes. Like, you could have got him. You didn't offer enough. Garland is a third liner on a good team. Bye Garland. No. Yeah, maybe. PD is next. EP40 or Demko, please. They got to go. Mike says it would have to be nice to move Sherwood and Hughes together and maybe get the 2027 first rounder in the top. They weren't going to do that. No one's going to give us a first round pick for Sherwood, right? This year's a write-off. Come back next year and check. Dark Blades. It's like he's done. I mean, it gets us a little bit more excitement. If we could keep one and trade one, Garland or Sherwood. That's a great question. I think the simple answer is Sherwood trade, keep Garland. Garland, Sherwood, Kane at minimum will also be traded. Whoo, Green. That's a bold one. If possible, Demko and Brock also, even DeBrusque. I don't think they're going to do the full tear it down to the studs, but we'll see. They're going to trade the first overall pick if we actually win the draft early. I mean, depending on what you get in return, but yeah, you could be right. Certainly hope Sherwood isn't next. Joshua, I'm with you, but I think he is. Extend him, keep his depth. I don't think we're keeping him, and I love Sherwood. 99 says, and they will trade the Wild's first round pick for a washed up old Penguins cast off. Maybe. I hope not. Keep Sherwood if I had to, depending on what his contract was. Yeah. Andrew says, hey, RevTrev, hope you're well. Hope all the chat is well today. Yep, I am. I mean, I went till like 1 o'clock in the morning last night. So, yeah, that video last night, I was like, I wasn't going to go live and I just really wanted to, but I'm like, no, I need to wait till today and get this. So I go in, we had 186 people last night. I went 5 minutes before midnight. So this is the second video I've made. Well, technically I made this on the 12th, but 5 minutes later was the 13th. So this is the second video. Okay. After I was done that, we went for an hour or whatever. Or did we go 45 minutes? Whatever we went. Here's the crazy news. I checked the numbers right away. That video on YouTube was at 628 views in less than an hour. That was crazy. That was crazy. So you were there, and so there's a lot of people there, right? The UFA should be traded next. I agree. Let's keep scrolling down. Martin's here. Hey, Trev, I calmed down a bit. Yeah, you were mad last night. Still a Euro trash team, though. I'm going to watch games out of comic relief, watch them get rammed around every game. I mean, that is the concern, that we're small, right? Okay, so you're talking about multiple Swedes and 2 Czechs. That's all that matters for me about this team. I know that there's all these other teams that you want to talk about as well. I get it. Yeah, it's going to be bad for a while, but we'll see. We'll see. Darren says Brock stays, trade 10-pound Petey. Wow. You want to get rid of Garland? Okay, I think you already said that. I'm sure I'm in the minority, but I like this trade. With all context involved, we were losing Quinn anyways eventually. The more I think about it, the more I don't mind it, okay? I wanted a bigger haul. I get mad at every trade that the Vancouver Canucks do, so because we never got the guys. We never get the big names back. That's the problem. I wish we could get a big name back. Like, I wish we could have made a trade with New Jersey, and I know this is a pipe dream, but get Heischer back. Or get someone like, you know what I mean? Like that back. Or at least a name that you can recognize. It's all these guys are like, who, like I knew who Marco Rossi was, but most people are like, who did we even get? The cap space is right. I was on Washington. Let's go back to Vancouver. It's right here. So current cap space is 795,000. That's what they're saying. It says our projected cap space is going to be under, but we're going to make more moves. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. McDavid, cap space. Donnie Diamond says if we were tanking, we would have traded Hughes for 2 or 3 first-round picks and nothing else. We got 1 late pick and 2 players right now that are going to produce. That's a good take. Maybe 3. Maybe 3, Ben. Okay. 4 first-rounders for Huggy isn't that bad. We now have 4 centers. Yeah, no, I mean, because Drew O'Connor was playing. Yeah, I get it. They're not 4 greats. I mean, Elias Pettersson is not scheduled to play tomorrow, but I hope he does. Trading 2 captains in 5 years is pretty crazy. for a full tank, but Zeev and Abby, if he's waiver exempt. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Trading Demko right now would be a tank rather than a retool. We're not retooling in my. I don't think we're retooling. I think we're rebuilding. We're rebuilding. We're rebuilding, and you don't trade. Once you trade Hughes, it's like we're on the rebuild. Okay. Yes, the Canucks are not the Canucks. The Oilers and Pens made that trade. Stuart Skinner and Tristan Jarry got swapped. Now the Pens have Sheloves and Skinner, which is crazy to think about. Crazy to think about. We also traded the centers in our name. We are now the Vancouver Canucks, or the Vancouver Canucks. Canucks. I can't even say it without the C. Yeah, watch the Canucks go on a heater after this trade. Okay, this is the best case scenario. Okay, so you reminded me. Can you imagine if Quinn Hughes, after a year and a half, re-signs with the Vancouver Canucks? Oh my goodness, would our fan base go nuts or what? That would be awesome. Technically, we are better up front. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, I mean, this might be the jersey that everyone picks up. Maybe Rossi as well. Maybe that's the new jersey that people get. He's a rooster like Bieksa? What does that mean? I'm not sure. Zeev might be the only bright spot in this trade. Maybe we get a first overall pick, team tank, Mr. Changer. That is exactly what we're hoping. Okay, just going to people who haven't been in here much, like here. Sensei Dean. What time is it? Oh, I have to go. This is tough. Best would be dump salaries that are overpaid. Marcus Pettersson is not living up to what he's being paid. Kane goes. Does Hronek go? Possibly. Besser might be packaged. Scouts on Rossi, capable of playing the most sensitive portions of the offensive zone and suffering hardly any physical wear for the trouble. You'd give him the captaincy. EP40 is a muffin. Okay. Who was it that said maybe this was a stealth tank the whole time? They knew Hughes wanted out 1.5 years ago. Fair. Fitness guy's a fitness freak with hearts and skill. Yeah, Sherwood, nobody wants him to go. Okay. Andy says we got to trade Petey, can't have anything left. He wants to full tear it down. At least we got 3 first-round pick players. It's going to be a 4th, hopefully, if we don't trade it away. Phoenix says Quinn realized he can't shoot every time he has the puck. He can't skate past the best and play half the game to pad his stats. Oh, that's done. Shaven says, I'm done with this team. I don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Oh, my Lord says Canucks got a massive haul. People saying other things. Well, I mean, they got something, but yeah. Monty is in the building. Those 5.9 forwards have been some of our best players. 5'9" players, 5'9", right? Rossi will be fine with his size. Ronnie was small. I don't know if I should say fine on there. May says, Salty, would you want to win a cup? You wouldn't you want to win a cup either? I don't know. That's true. Jarrett, good to see you. Okay, I have to go. I'm going to Victoria right in the next few minutes here. So there's so many comments that I want to get to. My apologies. I haven't seen this guy in here yet. Segna, PD equals Jonah and the whale. Oh, geez. Beer Baron, why do you always come at the end? Or maybe only comment at the end. Okay. Maybe Quinn can have a rogue agent and tank the Minnesota Wild for us. Okay, I got to run. Got a basketball tournament, last game of the day. So got to run. Appreciate you guys, girls. Thank you so much for being here. Life After Hughes is going to be interesting. Tune in. I'm going to do a post-game show after the Detroit game. Hope that you're doing well. Have a great weekend, everyone. Believe in blue. Cheer on this team. Go Canucks, go. And we're going to see what happens. Oh,